Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Winning Streak. I'm your host, Bryson.
And I'm Zeke.
And today we got a special guest with us for our first podcast interview. We got Kyson Brown with us from the ASU running back.
Yo.
So, it's going to be going over decent list of questions today. Calling this segment Running Back Rundown. We talked about it on the Instagram a little while ago, so now we're finally getting it done. So, to start us off, can you just tell us about like your journey in football from when you first started playing up to now?
So starting off, I think I started playing around like 5.
5 years. Okay.
And usually like 5-year-olds, they start at flag or whatever. Mm-hmm. I started playing with like tackle right away.
Straight into tackle.
Like my folks, I don't know how I did it, but I ended up lying on my little registration thing, and I was able to play with the other kids. So that's where it all started.
Like 6 and 7 year olds?
I was playing with like 6 and 7 year olds, like tackle. Live. I think it was like 8, 9, 10 year olds. Because I know it was flag, and then it's the next level.
Like, it's like Pop Warner and shit, like levels 2.
I started playing at like 5, but I was already like going crazy.
Yeah.
But I played in middle school. That's when I figured out I was like tough. Like in middle school, I was playing against like some tough guys. That's when I started playing in Texas, and we played against schools like Prestonwood. Some real Dallas schools.
Some solid teams, yeah.
Yeah, so that's when I figured out like, I could really be good at this. So I mean, throughout middle school, I was already like, it was like kind of coaches recruiting me like to go to different high schools.
Oh wow!
So that's when I was like, oh, I'm finna hit another gear.
Yeah. So
my freshman year, I played in Mississippi, and that was a pretty good experience. Playing it, like it's different football down there. Like everybody, it's so grimy. Like everybody trying to get it, and like it's just a different breed of athletes down there. So
down in Mississippi or in Texas?
In Mississippi. So I played there. I moved to Texas. I played in Texas. So, I mean, I really played everywhere. I done played the best brand of football, so pretty much,
What school were you at in Texas?
I was at Lancaster. It's in Dallas.
Oh, dang, yeah. I do know Lancaster. That's a good school, too.
Yeah, I just came out of there.
And then, do you have any, like, memorable moments from specific games that, like heightened your knowing of that you were going to go far with football?
I would say, like, I started when I was younger. So, when I played in Pop Warner or whatever in Mississippi, I scored like, no exaggeration, I scored like probably like 9 times in that game. And like they kept calling it back, and it was just like giving me the ball, and I just kept going.
It's kept doing the same thing.
I'm like younger, and I'm playing against all these older people, so everybody looking at me like, who is this kid?
Yeah.
So of course everybody was like, he going somewhere.
You're that much more dominant than everybody else.
So they like he
like
going
4
somewhere.
years younger too.
So that's when I was like, that's kind of how I was like, I did not say above anybody, but I feel like I was like that.
Yeah. You knew the level you were playing was
amongst the people I was playing with. So, and then I say in high school, well, I already like had the knowledge that I was gonna go to the next level, but I say a game that I was pretty much like, against West Mesquite. I had like 250 yards in the first half, and I didn't play the rest of it. I scored 3 times, just like that. Every time I touched the ball, it was like that. So I mean, I think I only had like 10 carries that game too. So
250 on 10 carries?
Nah, it was crazy. And like,
I was watching some of the highlights earlier when I was trying to get some more of the questions down. You were very fast in high school too. Do you know your 40 time in high school?
Unofficial 4.44, and then laser 4.44. Unofficial 4.4.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, I got track times too. So.
I was gonna say I saw that you did track as well.
I got track times.
What was like the events that you competed in? Did you do just track or did you field too?
I did the 100, the 200, the 4x1, the 4x2. I never touched the 4x4 or the 4. I would never touch it.
Never did distance?
Nah, I never did distance. But in middle school, I did like shot put and stuff, but I stopped doing that.
Just wasn't the thing for you. Yeah, I get that. I feel like it's a common thing along like really good football players to do field events and track.
I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah, I get that. And then, like, growing up when you were playing Pop Warner, was there, like, specific players you looked up to?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much it's just like everybody else. I'm pretty sure everybody looked up to Odell. Like, Odell,
for sure.
Odell was him to me. I ain't gonna lie. Odell and Jarvis Landry. Those are the two guys I wanted to be most like as far as the play style, the drip. Like, everybody just wanted to be like them.
The cut-up socks.
The cut-up socks, everything. But I say in my position then, I always looked up to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah,
I always looked up to Marshawn Lynch, and that's one running back I always wanted to.
Marshawn.
I just wanted to be like him.
Beast mode.
Yeah, like just everything about him, like his tenacity, the way he runs, just who he is. Like, you know, he got that swagger.
Yeah.
As a running back, you gotta have that swagger.
He just walks in knowing he's him to any event that he goes.
Like, he walk in the room, he gonna command the room. So it's like,
exactly.
But yeah, that's probably a running back that I want to like, you know, viewed as like one of my, you know, people I wanted to be like.
So, like, growing up in Mississippi, I know that you said it was like a whole different game there. Were you ever looking into Arizona or ASU, or what was the plan when you were there?
When I was in Mississipity?
And, like, you said freshman year you were in
Mississippi? Yeah, I was a freshman. So, like, my recruiting didn't jump off the ground. I didn't know much about recruiting when I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Like, mind you, I knew, like, it was a level, like, okay, you was going to college, but I didn't know, like, when you started getting recruited. I didn't know, like, how people did it. I always thought just, like, I mean, one day you just got offers in there.
Yeah.
So I never knew the whole process, and nobody ever taught me in Mississippi. So that's probably, like, the difference, I'd say, between Mississippi and Texas, because I learned all that fast in Texas. But in Mississippi, like, it was some coaches. Well, my coach would tell me, like, oh, Mississippi State asked about you, or, you know, Ole Miss asked about you, or, like, you know, Southern Miss asked about you or something like that. But I didn't really know much about college football then, so I wasn't really looking into schools. I had dream schools I wanted to go to,
of course.
but I wasn't looking, like, here. I wasn't looking in specific places.
Yeah. Or some of, like, the dream schools that you had in mind.
I can't say. Because now I'm in college.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say it.
I get that. And then what was it like? Like, I know you said it was completely different, but going from, like, the high school football in Mississippi to Texas high school football.
Yeah, it was different. I think the biggest difference is, like, Texas is more like, it's more, you know, football is more out there.
Yeah, football.
So it's a lot of different people are more finesse, like more skilled.
Yeah.
In Mississippi, you can have, like, big athletes that's just raw talent, like.
Yeah.
But in Texas, you know, people train players. I mean, high schoolers are training more and more. Like, in Mississippi, it's barely people don't train that much. Like, well, at least then they wasn't. Like, I wasn't hearing about people going to sessions where different athletes was gonna be professional athletes was gonna be.
Just pure talent.
Yeah, in Texas, you got, you know, alumni that's going to coach up other people. And then 707 wasn't that big in Mississippi when I was there. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest difference to me.
And then we're, like, throughout your career, even, like, in the past few years or at any point, was there, like, any doubts or any things you wanted to explore other than football, or was it just always football, no doubts?
No, it was never no doubts. Like, I always knew this is what I wanted to do. Like, I mean, I have other, like, talents and stuff like that, but this always has been my dream. I mean, I never wanted to do nothing other than play football.
Yeah, I completely get that.
Yeah.
Then you want to ask the one that you had about the? I got it right here if you want it.
I can expand on that question too, because I did have, like, I never had any doubts, but, like, it was just a point where, like, football was just I didn't get to play for a whole season, so.
What year was that?
It was my junior year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have doubts, but I was low key, like, worried.
Yeah.
Almost.
Especially like that late in high school. It's a bad feeling to have to sit out.
Nah, facts.
Is there a transfer thing, or is it like?
Yeah, it was a transfer thing. So when I transferred from Mississippi to Texas, actually, I transferred my sophomore year. I played my sophomore season in Mississippi. And then I transferred, like, the next semester. So when I transferred, they said I moved for, like, athletic purposes.
Yeah, they do that everywhere. It's really dumb.
Texas is big on just everything. I don't know. They just. But I had moved the whole semester before I even played. Before the next season came.
I never understood that. Like,
yeah,
why
why
they do that.
It was crazy, and then so we went through a whole like appeal process, and it was just bad. Like it was discouraging because like I'm sitting here watching everybody else get the chance to play and do what I love to do, and it was like I just got to sit back.
Yeah.
So that was probably like the lowest point of my like football career to where I was like, dang.
Yeah.
I don't know how this gonna look, but I was just like, I really just have to keep the faith and just really trust in God for real. So
yeah.
But yeah, it was late in my recruiting process. It was like
that'd be the rough time, and I would assume.
It was my junior year, mind you. I'm going into my senior year with no offers, so it was like dang, like am I? Yeah. It was like dang. I mean, I want to play college football, but like I ain't got no offers. I ain't got no like exposure for real. I ain't played in Texas yet, so it's like it was kind of
still up in the air at that point.
Yeah, it was up in there.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up. We greatly appreciate you for coming out this episode,
Sure.
and appreciate everyone for watching. And we will definitely see you guys next time.